Let us have a study on Mansabdari system. Mansabdari system that became one of the most important aspects of Mughal administration. It was introduced during the time of Mughal Emperor Akbar, but we can say that this was not an innovation made by Akbar, but at the same time it was a practice followed by the Arabs and Mongols from time immemorial. And Mansabdari system that was introduced by Mughal Emperor Akbar in 1577, combining the civil and military affairs for the effective administration. So before the introduction of the Mansabdari system, the army of the Mughal emperors was formed on the basis of the soldiers that was recruited by the nobles. The provincial nobles recruited the soldiers, they trained the soldiers, and that was given to the central government. But the army trained by the provincial nobles was inefficient and indisciplined. So, in order to introduce the discipline in army and a uniform position for the army, Akbar introduced a new practice, that is Mansabdari system, that was in the year 1577. Mansabdari system that was based on giving a particular rank to soldiers and nobles. So Mansab actually means a position occupied by a person. Mansab means a title, a position, or at the same time a rank occupied by a person or a soldier. And the holder of Mansab rank or Mansab title, that is known as Mansabdar. And the entire system that is known as Mansabdari system. So Mansab means a title, holder of the Mansab means Mansabdar, and the entire system that is known as Mansabdari system. And this Mansabdari system that was developed based on the decimal system. Decimal system, as in the case of Delhi Sultanate, we argued that, or we make a comment that the army was formed on the basis of decimal system or multiple of 10. So as per this, the lowest rank in the Mansabdari system, that is 10. That means 10 soldiers and 10 horses. 10 soldiers and 10 horses, that is the lowest position. And highest position, that is ranged from 5,000 to 7,000. Sometimes there may be a rank of 10,000. So the highest position 5,000 and 7,000, that means 5,000 soldiers and 5,000 horses. This rank title that was given to the nobles or persons, they were very closely associated with the rulers. So elaborate preparation was made by Akbar for the recruitment of the Mansabdar. So the Mansabdars were recruited under the direct supervision of the emperor or direct supervision of the ruler. Personal interview that was conducted to recruit the Mansabdar. And Mansabdar, after getting recruitment, was bound to serve the state any time. They were bound to serve the state any time, and they had to keep a fixed number of soldiers required by his rank. For example, if a person who got a rank of 500, he was bound to serve the state with 500 soldiers and 500 horses. So as we already mentioned that the higher mansabs or higher titles, that was always given to the members of the royal family. And another two important terms that we have to refer in connection with the Mansabdari system, that was Sat and Savar. What we mean Sat and Savar, that are the two important terms concerned with the Mansabdari system. Sat means the personal rank and salary of a Mansab. Personal rank or salary of the Mansab. So we studied that the rank that was given according to the maintenance of the soldiers and horses, and Savar means the number of horses and cavalrymen, that is to be maintained by the Mansabdar. അപ്പോൾ രണ്ട് പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ടേംസ് ആണ് സത്തും ആൻഡ് സവറും. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു മാൻസബിന് നൽകുന്ന പേഴ്സണൽ റാങ്കിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ സത്ത് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. സവർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ആ ഒരു ടൈറ്റിൽ കിട്ടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു പദവി കിട്ടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അദ്ദേഹം മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻ ചെയ്യേണ്ട, അദ്ദേഹം നിലനിർത്തേണ്ട കുതിരപ്പടയാളികളുടെയും കുതിരകളുടെയും എണ്ണത്തെ സൂചിപ്പിക്കുന്നതാണ് സവർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. സോ ദർ ആർ ടു ഇമ്പോർട്ടന്റ് ടേംസ്, വൺ ഈസ് സത്ത് ആൻഡ് അനദർ വൺ ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് സവർ ഇൻ കൺസേൺ വിത്ത് ദി മാൻസബ്ദാരി സിസ്റ്റം. ആൻഡ് the rank between 500 to 2500, that is known as Amir, that is Sat. Amir, that is Sat, that means a personal title or rank. So when you maintain the horses between 500 to 2500, that we have a rank that is Amir. അപ്പോൾ 500-ഉം 2500-ഉം ഇടയിൽ കുതിരകളെയും കുതിരപ്പടയാളികളെയും നിലനിർത്തുന്ന ആൾക്കാർക്ക് കിട്ടുന്ന ടൈറ്റിൽ നമ്മൾ അമീർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നു. ആൻഡ് ദോസ് ഹു മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻഡ് ദി ഹോഴ്സസ് അബവ് 2500, they were known as അമീർ ഇ അസം. 2500-ന് മുകളിൽ പിന്നെ കുതിരകളെയും കുതിരപ്പടയാളികളെയും നിലനിർത്തുന്ന ആൾക്കാരെ നമ്മൾ അമീർ ഇ അസാം എന്ന് പറയും. ആൻഡ് ദോസ് ഹു മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻ ദി ഹോഴ്സസ് ബിലോ 500, they were known as മാൻസബ്ദാർ. അപ്പോൾ ഓർഡിനറി പൊസിഷൻ that is known as മാൻസബ്ദാർ, and next title that is Amir Assam, and then that is of Amir. So naturally there was a rank between 5000 to 10,000 that was always reserved for the close relatives of the ruler. And there are three important grades according to the maintenance of the horses by a particular മാൻസബ്ദാർ. ഒരു മാൻസബ്ദാർ നിലനിർത്തുന്ന കുതിരകളുടെ എണ്ണത്തെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കുതിരപ്പടയാളികളുടെ എണ്ണത്തെ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ എഫിഷ്യൻസിയുടെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ മാൻസബ്ദാർമാരെ 3 ഗ്രേഡായി നമുക്ക് തരംതിരിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി പറ്റും. Who belongs to the first grade? The Mansabdars who maintained the equal number of savar required by his Sat, they belong to the first grade. Sat means the title or position of a Mansabdar. That means Mansabdar, Amir, Amiri Azam, that are some of the positions occupied by Mansabdar according to the number of horses maintained by them. So if a Mansabdar who maintained horses equal to that of his Sat grade, he belongs to first grade. For example, ഒരു മാൻസബ്ദാർ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് അനുവദിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള റാങ്ക്, മാൻസബ്ദാർ എന്നുള്ള റാങ്കാണ് കിട്ടിയ എന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ 500 ആണ് അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് കിട്ടിയ റാങ്ക്. അപ്പോൾ ആ റാങ്കിനനുസരിച്ച് 500 കുതിരകൾ തന്നെ നിലനിർത്തുന്ന ആൾക്കാരാണെങ്കിൽ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ ടൈറ്റിലിന് തുല്യമായ റാങ്ക് നിലനിർത്തുന്ന അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കുതിരകളെ നിലനിർത്തുന്ന മാൻസബ്ദാർമാരെ നമ്മൾ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഗ്രേഡിൽ പെടുത്തും. സെക്കൻഡ് ഗ്രേഡ് ബിലോങ്സ് ടു ഹാഫ് ഓഫ് ദി നമ്പർ ഓഫ് ദി സവർ റിക്വയർഡ് ബൈ ദി സത്ത്. സത്ത് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്ന ടൈറ്റിലിന്റെ അത്രയും എണ്ണത്തെ കുതിരകളെ എണ്ണം നിലനിർത്താൻ പറ്റുന്നില്ല എങ്കിലും അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് സെക്കൻഡ് ഗ്രേഡാണ് കിട്ടും. സോ വെൻ യു മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻ ദി ഹോഴ്സസ് equal to that of your rank, you belongs to the first grade, or Mansabdar belongs to the first grade. And if a Mansabdar maintain the horses that is half to that of his title, that belongs to second grade. For example, a Mansabdar get the title of Mansabdar. A soldier or a noble, if a noble get the title Mansabdar, actually he was bound to protect 500 horses. If a soldier or if a noble who get the rank of Mansabdar, he was bound to serve or bound to protect 500 soldiers and 500 horses. So if he maintain 500 horses and 500 soldiers equal to that of his rank, he belongs to first grade. But if he maintain at least 250 horses and 250 soldiers, that is half of the 500 rank, he belongs to the second grade. And third grade, below half number of the server required by the Sat. 250-ൽ താഴെ ആണ് കുതിരകളെ മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ he belongs to third grade. So the Mansabdars were categorized into first grade, second grade and third grade according to the number of horses maintained by them. So Abul Fasl make an argument. Abul Fasl, who was the court historian of Akbar, he make an argument that there were 66 grades, already 66 grades among the Mansabdars, but there was difference of opinion concerned with this number. And what are the duties or what are the functions to be maintained by a Mansabdar? Functions to be fulfilled by a Mansabdar. As in the case of medieval feudal system, Mansabdari system was based on certain obligations or contracts. So after getting the Mansabdari title, Mansabdar was liable to maintain cavalry, elephants, camels, carts from their income. ഇപ്പോൾ മാൻസബ്ദാരി ടൈറ്റിൽ കിട്ടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് ഒരു പ്രത്യേക ഭൂമി അസൈൻ ചെയ്ത് കൊടുക്കും. And he had to collect the land revenue from the land assigned to him, and he get special titles. അപ്പോൾ അതിനൊക്കെ പകരമായിട്ട് he was liable to maintain cavalry, elephants, camels, carts from the income. A Mansabdar was bound to maintain high quality of horses, and Mansabdar was to present the horses for inspection before the royal officials. Whenever the ruler demanded the presence of the Mansabdar in his court, he had to attend, and he had to present the horses for inspection before the royal officials. And we already studied about the two important practices that was introduced by Alauddin Khilji during the Delhi Sultanate, and that practice was continued in the Mughal period also, that is Dag and Chehra. Dag means branding of horses and Chehra means maintaining of the descriptive role of the soldiers. That was implemented by the Mansabdar, and bringing the contingent to the royal authority for periodic inspection. ഇപ്പോഴാണോ ഭരണാധികാരി ഈ മാൻസബ്ദാറിന്റെ സൈന്യത്തെ ഇൻസ്പെക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ ആവശ്യപ്പെടുന്നത്, റെഗുലർ ആയിട്ടുള്ള പീരീഡിൽ ഇൻസ്പെക്ഷന് ഈ സൈന്യത്തെ വിധേയമാക്കേണ്ടതാണ്. ആൻഡ് Mansabdar title that was highly lucrative or highly attractive the contemporary time, because they received the highest salary in the contemporary world. Medieval accounts tell us that the Mansabdars received the highest salary in the contemporary world, and they paid the salary were paid in cash or in the form of the Jagirdari land. So normally nobles, Pathans, Hindustanis, Rajabus were appointed as the Mansabdars. You see large number of Rajaput chief were appointed as the Mansabdar. Raja Todramal, Raja Birbal, Raja Mansingh, or some of the Rajaput nobles who got highest Mansabdari title or Mansabdari title under the Mughals. And during the time of Shah Jahan, Marathas also were appointed as the Mansabdars. So the soldiers belonged to different races. That was a heterogeneous group. Soldiers of the Mughals were the heterogeneous group. And the earlier time Mansabdari system that proved some support, or that was the strength of the Mughal administration. During the time of Akbar, the Mansabdari system that was highly maintained, properly maintained, and that was the strength of the Mughal administration. But when the emperors become weak after Aurangzeb, you studied that most of the Mughal rulers were not at all efficient. They were weak, and that time some of the Mansabdars or highest nobles who challenged the authority of the emperor, and it is argued that Mansabdari system, the later period, served as a cause for the disintegration of the Mughal empire. So Mansabdari system that we identified as one of the important part of the Mughal administrative system, and that have multiple effects, as we already point out that for a time Mansabdari system strengthened the Mughal empire, but at the same time that also proved as the cause of the disintegration of the Mughal empire.